Notary Public Practice Test 2026 Notary Public Certification, Full Course Oaths Affirmations. Question 1. What is the main difference between an oath and an affirmation? One is for churches, one is for schools. An oath refers to a supreme being, an affirmation is a pledge on one's personal honor. An oath is longer. An affirmation requires a witness. An oath is a religious pledge, while an affirmation is a secular pledge of truthfulness. Question 2. What is the purpose of a jurat? To certify a signature was acknowledged. To certify the signer swore or affirmed the truth of the document. To certify a copy. To witness a signature without an oath. A jurat is used when a signer takes an oath/affirmation that the contents of a document are true. Question 3. During an oath, the signer usually closes their eyes, raises their right hand, spins in a circle, signs their name twice. Raising the right hand is a traditional, though not always legally required, part of taking an oath. Question 4. Does a jurat require the signer to sign in the notary's presence? No. Yes, always. Only if the document is long. Only on weekdays. A jurat requires the signer to sign in the presence of the notary. Question 5. What verbal question should a notary ask for an oath? Do you like this document? Do you swear that the statements in this document are true, so help you God? Is this your signature? How are you today? The notary must ask a question that elicits a verbal yes or I do regarding the truth of the document. Question 6. What is the legal penalty for lying under oath? A small fine. Perjury. Community service. No penalty. Lying under oath, or affirmation, is the crime of perjury. Question 7. Can a notary perform an oath for someone over the phone? Yes. No, the person must be in the notary's physical presence. Only if they know their voice. Only if it is recorded. Physical presence is required for administering an oath/affirmation. Question 8. What is an affidavit? A verbal story. A written statement confirmed by oath or affirmation. A type of ID. A court order. An affidavit is the written document that usually accompanies a jurat. Question 9. If a person has religious objections to taking an oath, what should the notary do? Refuse to help. Force them to take the oath. Offer an affirmation. Ask them to leave. An affirmation is the legal equivalent for those who choose not to take a religious oath. Question 10. Is the notary responsible for the truth of the statements in an affidavit? Yes, entirely. No, the signer is. The notary only certifies the oath was taken. Only if the notary is a lawyer. Only if it is a criminal case. The signer is responsible for the truth, the notary's role is to administer the oath and verify identity. Question 11. What must a jurat certificate contain? The notary's home address. Venue, state/county, the fact an oath was taken, and the notary's seal. The signer's birth date. The price of the service. It must include the venue, the date, the fact of the oath, the signer's name, and the notary's signature/seal. Question 12. True or false, a notary can skip the verbal oath if they know the person is honest. True. False. The verbal administration of the oath/affirmation is a mandatory part of the jurat. Question 13. Can a notary take an oath from a person who does not understand what they are doing? Yes. No, the signer must be competent and aware. Only if a relative says it's okay. Only if they sign a waiver. The signer must have the mental capacity to understand the nature of the oath. Question 14. What is a verification on oath or affirmation? Another term for a jurat. A type of background check. A credit report. A signature on a check. This is the formal name for the act performed during a jurat. Question 15. If a signer says I think so instead of I do during an oath, what should the notary do? Accept it? Ask for a clear, affirmative response. Sign anyway. Call the police. The notary must ensure the signer clearly commits to the truth of the statement. Question 16. Which of these is not part of a jurat? Verifying the signer's identity. Watching the signer sign. Asking the signer if they signed voluntarily, that's an acknowledgement. Administering a verbal oath. Asking about voluntary signing is the hallmark of an acknowledgement, though jurat signers should also be voluntary. Question 17. Can a notary administer an oath to a group of people? No, one by one only. Yes, if they are all signing the same document and are present. Only if they are related. Only in a courtroom. A group oath can be administered if all participants are present and identified. Question 18. What is the venue on a notary certificate? The place where the document was written. The state and county where the notarization takes place. The notary's office. The courthouse. The venue indicates where the notary was physically located when the act was performed. Question 19. What is a deposition? A type of bank account. Oral testimony taken under oath for use in court. A signature on a deed. A formal apology. Notaries are often authorized to administer oaths for depositions. Question 20. Why is it called a jurat? It's a person's name. It comes from the Latin jurare meaning to swear. It stands for journal entry. It is an acronym. The term is derived from the Latin word for swearing an oath.